Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yorubaland series here on the Lord Master channel for Crusader Kings 3. Now, one of the first acts that we'll do for this episode, and the day is June 1st, 939 AD here, which it's been 72 years from the game start, and not 72 years later, we went from basically this and a part of that and that to this. Our realm expanded fairly quickly in the last few episodes because it's mostly been done by my vassals through subjugation wars or holy wars or just plain old conquest. And so we will form the Empire of Lower Niger or Lower Niger, which depends on the pronunciation of it. So we're on 34 out of 34. So 34 out of 45, 75% of it. And the cost is reduced because normally it would spend 1,000 gold to form an empire. But since we're tribal, it's reduced by half. And we'll be given 500 prestige, which is really needed, and 86 legitimacy. So this completes the major goal of this series that I've set, which was originally going to be long term, but I didn't think it would accomplish that quickly. So now I am the mighty Alafin. I guess that's the Yoruba word for emperor, is it not? But it's still referred to as the High Shaman. I guess they don't have Empress Shaman, Emperor Shaman, Patriarch, Matriarch, as far as terminology is concerned. One second. I thought I was hearing stuff in my head. Anyways, that's our empire. But, however, it's just referred to as the High Kingdom, so therefore High Shaman. Ah, makes sense. It's the High Kingdom. High Shaman is equivalent to High King, and High King is basically the Emperor. Yeah, that's what it is. So now all of you must join. To ruler, then you get up to ordained, but you need this much legitimacy. So it's time to start swaying others. We can hope that you will all be persuaded to join the Empire, the High Kingdom of Lower Niger. And then, like those who wish to join, you may do so. Those that refuse, well, it's going to take some convincing. Currently at war. Ah, yes, you're all feudal. So we'll give you religious exemption, as you have the wrong faith in what's the vassal limit due to all this now? 15. We should be all right. And of course, since we do have a feudal vassal, and we'll get another one, they could pay me more taxes with those feudal contracts of theirs, even though I'm tribal still. Once again, my interest is ledger, just to get another additional building slot, which would be very good for us. Now we got to start getting military innovations, because, you know, we're in a bad way. And also, ladies and gentlemen, that would also complete the major goal I originally set for this series. After 8 episodes in, and some of you are thinking, well, now what? I mean, I will continue the series for a couple more episodes just to, I don't know, screw around with whatever that goes on in this dynasty of House Oduduwa, and among other things, and as well as, with time allows, get more artworks on the craft guilds. We haven't seen enough of those in the last few episodes. So we just need to take advantage of the situation, that's all. Just get everybody in here. And as for my vassals, they can expand whatever they want to expand. You know, I can't tell them to stop. So, go. And plus, my son and her just got married to a grand wedding while she was pregnant with an unknown father. Welcome. Yes, you can modify feudal contracts. Keep an eye on him. He's of a hostile faith. And those who wish to create that faction of Dissolution, we're gonna have an issue. Alliance expired. Alliance formed. So, here's the knob. Is now the heir to the Songhay. Well, she rules Songhay now. The Ganda of Songhay. And my son is going with her. Hopefully they'll have children together when they rule over there. Someone to assist me. You have it. Strong hook on you. Rage for captives. That's what's going on. Part of an isolationalist culture. Not anymore, you ain't. Oh yeah, and also I want to save money to build bronze work industries to give us more income. Those would be good investments. Wild and leisurely stroll. I cry up ticket of merchant stands up in a regular hustle bustle street. Greetings, my lady. I have an exquisite assortment of wares, if my lady is going. My companion, Oinola, stops dead in her tracks, head cock attending and staring at something in the merchant's stall. She leans and confides a hushed voice. That bauble over there. It is a spitting image of a piece from the ceremonious reliquary. It would be wise to acquire such a trinket. Your words sound wise to me. It's 44% chance I strike a real bargain, 44% chance I'm a decent negotiator, 12% wasn't a great deal. Successful haggle. Good. What did I get? A morsel of St. David. Inventory artifact. Appears to be a piece of dried meat. The age and origin are unclear. That thing is useless to me. Get rid of that. Break it down and gain money out of it. And let's hold court for the first time for the High Kingdom. Mark the discord about where is the throne. My High Shaman, my legal rights over the Chief of Oil are well tested. Those tracks belong considered an integral part of my High Chiefdom of Oil. We support my claim and have the vassal Overhaul relinquish what does not belong to her. Let me see, as far as maps concerned. Yes, you'll have it. But it's tyranny if you do that. Your allies? Yes, they are. Is that a fight by war? I mean, that would be unfair by giving them combat. At least they won't look at you highly. But they're all kin. So also you shall decisive their sword arms. And he wins the duel, which is obvious. One of my guards approaches my guest, Amabagani, in Jane's Strabon. I caught, in the process of sending a sensitive first foreign spies Hassan. What should we do with him? That person's craven, so I'll say, I forgive once. Do not betray me again. My vassal, Chilo, heard the middle-aged one before the summer court. Glorious Alafin, I give you my impeccable mother, Akatukam, the honor of seeing the rage of the mighty household. She will not let you down. Suppose these jobs will be done by somebody. Oh no, not a lunatic. Also, she's unsuitable for that position. Not with that kind of mental state. That leads to trouble. Not trouble is one thing, yeah. Your opinion on me? As of late, and worried about the finances of my realm, my council is finishing the details of so-called solitary tax. It's a charge on my vassals to cover all sorts of expenses that might occur. These are not welcome news to my vassals, and I know I am trespassing the social contract my rule is based upon, as I have no legitimacy to impose another tax now. Noting with amusement my vassals that are represented in the council present a proposal that will make them evade this tax. I must decide now on how to deal with the matter. Now stage the vassal's ways. The options available is I have diplomacy of at least 12, 19 to be exact. Use my superior diplomacy skill and think out the box to charge a tax without incurring tyranny. The success depends on your very good diplomacy skill, which it is. I don't have the true ruler perk. I'm not gregarious, eccentric, cunning politician, or diplomat. Having less than that is if you don't have diplomacy lifestyle. Wrathful, vengeful, callous, or arbitrary word chances. So I think my good diplomacy skills will win out here. Nope, failed to make their concerns. And what I did is considered tyranny. I could never get things right, even in the first place. Also, don't worry about the over the domain limit thing. That's due to poor bargain, which will set to expire in a couple months. My spies informed me about a hunter causing a ruckus at a local tavern. No one's been spending large amounts of gold bragging loudly about a great deal she struck with a fancy lord in pearls and silk. Apparently she drew a map of the local jungle for an unknown nobleman. Spies think the law must be scheming against me, one of my subjects. I give bring this to my attention. That's just insanity of how much it can cost. It'll do wonders to the development. It's like one would think we should go raiding again, but I guess should be alright. Tyranny war against you. Oh, we got to help her. I would hate to see her to be overthrown and thus breaking an alliance between us, and my children don't get to inherit. I'll be there. And you will too. It's gonna take us a few months. Everyone's against you. Pregnant. 6 months. It's gonna be your child, I hope. You shall have it. I can trust you. Stop gathering the vassals and go now. Go. That's good enough numbers. My son and heir has been captured. We gotta free him. They want to fight in the high ground, huh? I'll be up there. Just need reinforcements. He has the advantage. We'll be there in 29 days. Can we hold for 29 days? We have the advantage. There goes my caravan master. Gotta fight. I still got good prowess skill. I ain't scared. Sako is famed for his abilities of an axe. He reminds me of this of a perfect flowing chain of quick slashes, punctuated by the occasional, terrifying and powerful cleave. Attack first, attack hard. On guard. Putting my strength into my first strike, I leap straight into Sako. Couching my spear of high, with a piercing thrust that sends a reeling. With surprising speed, he unleashes a power cleave his axe, nearly knocking my spear loose. A form is good if only small. This stands formidable. We are evenly matched. Victory balancing on a knife edge. I already have doing like 6. That's all I could say. Two could play Hail Mary. Nothing for it but a prayer and a wild attack. Swinging my spear wildly, I rush straight at him. If I'm to die, I'll make it a hard fight. Zarko is driven back by my desperate enthusiasm. Zarko shifts into a defensive stance, his axe forming a damned near-impenetrable wall of perfect poise between me and him. Form is good, his is formidable. I cannot be more than one well-placed strike away from victory. Headbutt him. Spotting a perfect gap in my opponent's guard, I step forward to bring my face down on him hard. But a skull to the face robs most detractors of their best arguments. Even it does came me too. No matter how bad I feel, he clearly feels worse. Arriving on the ground, gasping and clutching at his face. I have to stay myself, but I'm still ready with my spear to run him through in time before seeing. Victorious. Alright. Prowess skill just decreased by 1. You're a pretty good fighter. See if I can get him in. Although, you know, it does not. It's not against my personality because of me being forgiving. So I'll say, you're coming with me. 61% chance to successfully imprison him because I would love to recruit him. He's got skill. If not, then, oh well. Did I get him in? Yes. I'll put you in house arrest. When this is over, I'm going to recruit you. You might be good for something. I surveyed the battlefield, contemplating how this battle will be remembered. And gazed towards the dead that remain. I noticed a group of my soldiers approaching. They politely bowed before me. My lady, we came upon the enemy and were cleaning the battlefield. Thought it would be a shame to leave it behind. Perhaps you wish to keep it as a trophy? The Daniel War Banner. Okay, well, this will make a fine addition to my collection, but burn it. Don't let him get away. They have my son. If we want to get him back, we gotta take this. This war banner, destroy it. Repair these. Destroy the enemy army, then take Dendi. Oh, massive disadvantage. Oh, we have greater numbers. Keisha. Just attack him. He stays still. I'll show how I catch the sphere. My sphere flows around like water. Each strike chain fluid to the next. Series of perfectly timed strikes. Before I know it, he's somehow inside my guard. His mace speeding towards my heart. Maybe to narrow the margins that I dodge backwards. Fool, take this. My sphere makes thrust and jab one way. One way to draw a fresh dagger with my offhand and lunge at Keisha as he attempts to parry. Stay stock still, seeming hoping I just throw down my spear. War was decent with some lapses. His stance is failing. We give me a match with victory bouncing on the knife edge. Attacks are off from Hogan. Spear in hand, rain thrusting jabs on him, leaving him no quarter between blows. Spotting an opportunity, he lunges forwards and headbutts me hard in the face. I go backwards, wrong-footed. My form is decent with some lapses. His stance is a disaster. I have my opponent on the back foot, but still need to consolidate my victory. Okay, a blow for my spear and a kick to the gut. Put the boot in. I combine heavy attack with unexpected kick to his vitals. Determined to see my opponent topple, I throw my entire weight to the piercing thrust that sends him reeling, following up a vicious kick. He's sent reeling, and I don't let the opportunity go to waste. They're flying in a storm of thrusting jabs and beat him screaming in the dust. Weakly, my foe twitches his mace hand, trying to muster up the will to define me further. I simply ready my weapon to cut his throat, till at least I hear a trembling yield. Tories. You shall thank Almighty that your life will not be ended here, because I'm forgiving. Not badly outnumbered. Despite the disadvantage. Captured a few more of their knights. Let's go rescue my son. He's held in there, I assume. I mean, it's because I hope he's not in a dungeon. He's in house arrest, that's good. Wait, do you hear that? I was taking a walk in the wilderness near my house of feeling my guards. We grew along when we heard of the noise of leaves crunching nearby. Could it be some sort of assassin or bandit? Thankfully, our fears were not. It turned out to be the source of the noise was a couple of mice moving about on top of some leaves. After noticing us, they scurried back under some bushes. What a relief. Now I'm no longer overwhelmed by stress. You take your capital back, we'll take this. From where? Again, it's just seemingly the entire world wants to get rid of you. Have your son in that. Doesn't seem that important to them, but anyways. I exit my tent as the siege camp sprawls out before me. A bristling mass of humanity, living and dying in filth and skull. A few banners flutter wind, shouts and cries ring through the damp air. My low retainer approaches and informs the siege is ended. I gather my bodyguards, head to the answer camp. The Tata of Benin, Lafia, stands before me. A shrouded graveyard, in the fields between, a dead and dying heap. Hold on, let's start over again. In the fields between, the dead lie heaped in massive piles, makeshift defenses to the onslaught of arrows, burning homes, a crumbling spire, pointing accusingly to the grey, rainy sky. Bodies strapped to jagged iron spears of the gates. Grieving widows and orphan children wander the streets, and crows perch on charred roofs. Spare, because I'm forgiving. And release them all with the exception of this person who gets to be ransomed for 50 gold. Alright. Well, I'm happy with that. Let's split up. Hostile army, not to be concerned. Hostile. Enemy. Hunt down the enemy. And I want you to go hunt down the other. Get any way you meet them if you can. Splitting our forces up. Actually, head straight for the enemy capital. We'll meet you soon. We're gonna try to stop them. If we can catch them. But the problem is they're a smaller force. Looks like we'll be able to catch them here. Great advantage. That you've captured a direct vassal of an enemy. Keep him in prison. As I said, we'll meet you soon. Go defeat their gathering army. You had to go by boat. Catch or kill this person. Strangest problem for me. It's been waiting outside the castle gates for a week. My name is Faramaz, Your Highness. I've traveled far and wide, you've seen many things. But my daughter and I are weary to roam. If you allow us to stay, I'll happily share my knowledge and will to you and be your loyal servant. You Persian? No, Khorassani. Measles. Well, the more the merrier. I'll see what use you may have here, but you'll do. And somebody wants to kill me. I wonder why. Head over there. This way, this way. During this dark period of war, it's become apparent to me that much would be gained by mingling with the common soldiers, sergeants, and men-at-arms. Debating tactics with them, checking with whom they were capable of better interacting in the battlefield, with civic capabilities and liabilities. Of course, mingling, discussing ideas, and even worse, seeking advice of a common soldier will affect my prestige, which corners me in a dilemma. Will certainly, on the other hand, bypass this opportunity will stress me. I'll approach my men. So I'll gain in-depth leadership. By mingling and studying tactics of common soldiers, sergeants, and men-at-arms, his character gains a significant knowledge about how the army fights better for the next 3 years. Ah yes, this one man who stands in our way. I'll fight you too. Not sure I'll catch a spear. The Jevavik, he screams his own name because he's a lowborn. Wisdom or ignorance, scum. Oh. I throw myself at the opponent's spear swing, determined to strike it down. Wild tags takes. I don't see much. See him palm blow to my son of my head. I feel a blast of white hot pain in my temple, covered by a sudden shift as I, in perspective as I topple sideways. The other Java's feet coming to view in front of me. Shifted a combat sense of fatally impulse. I've just enough fortitude to croak out a single line. The more than a few blows when something bites deep in my chest. I spin, balance totally gone. I see a sword pull free from my body, spare gory bone fragments. The pain hits a fraction of a second after this, but he stops. All the scream, white hot agony overtaken by me, considering numbness and spring. Am I dead? Or just wounded badly? Escape? I'm at his mercy, waiting true death. Or I couldn't understand. He's yelling to his men. He prepared something different for me. This vile bastard wants you to take back to his place. I mean, how am I bested by him? How about I try to fight for my life? Because that would be the viable option here. Because here's what's going to happen. There is no swing. I'll fight for my life. 35% chance I'll overcome this situation and wound him. But there's a very good chance that I get overcome. 50% chance I get severely injured, or I'll be killed by him, and the dynasty renown will go up because, you know, it's a noble thing to do. So fight for my life. I got severely injured. Death was closed. Oh, severely injured now. Pain shoots up my body with every step. Even the smallest wounds leave me gasping. As I bring a hand up to gingerly touch, the wound comes out bloody, and I tremble as blood drips down on my side. Send for physician now. My son used to be the physician before he left to the Sangha court. Lori is the more experienced one. And she's a poet too. She's got everything. Time has come to treat your wounds. I recommend drastic measures, but the choice is yours and yours alone. It will not be pleasant. No more is necessary. As hard up and had a bottle of wine over my wound. The pain was beyond anything the injury itself brought. Please bear it, my Alifrin. It is necessary to dispel the foulness within. Indeed, bandaging the wound tightly, it starts to heal. Excellent work. I feel fine. This is about the rival. The one who has a murder plot against me. Greetings, High Shaman. I've heard of your disputes with that evil sycophant, Zith. A most contemptuous excuse for a man. Given our mutual interests, I'm sure we will get along, friend. Well, that's quite far away. I eagerly await the opportunity to discuss this further. Okay, here we go. As I lie in bed, constrained by my wounds, I have time to reflect on the meaning of life and how tenuous my grasp at all is. My fate rests partly on my constitution, partly on the care I receive, but mostly on luck. As time passes, our conclusion approaches, but in the end, I'm ready to accept my destiny. 18% chance that I die, 16% chance that I lose severely injured and become scarred, 16% chance that I become maimed, or 48% chance I lose severely injured. Let's see. become maimed. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna end up like my sister in Missola. No way I'm not surviving that. I'll die of internal injuries. As the realm is passed by the state of warfare, I have faced the choice of ordering my troops to act in an aggressive and callous way against my foes and the enemy population, as this will allow me to learn a bit about the martial lifestyle, or I could take the opposite path, stressing the obligation of my troops to act in a sensitive way as to vanquished foes and enemy colonists. The choice is mine. Act with piety towards our foes. Let's finish this war. It didn't last long. High Shaman Segun of the Uniship of Ile Efe and of the Empire of Lower Niger. She has crossed the door to the world of spirits at 46 years of age. She died from internal injuries, mangled in a terrible accident. That's what we're fabricating. She spent her last years barely able to walk. She was wounded from wounds of battle by a single man, which the entire army had it surrounded. And I decided to be, and Sigun decided to be brave about it. And then she paid the price. And now, Uni Dimedere ascends to the throne. A pious and humble man. Many fear that Dimedere may be better suited for a temple rather than the throne. He starts at the age of 22. Young man. No titles lost, he's inherited all. With the passing of my mother, High Shaman Segun, the responsibility to lead a vast high kingdom now falls upon my shoulders. Stand before my vassal, adjust my new crown, and watch a servant struggle to evade. Oh, the things I will accomplish. Long live the Uni! But first, get me out of here! But let's not get carried away here. Whatever child that, I mean, she was pregnant, and I guess my child was stillborn. Yes, I'm aware she's a fornicator and all that. Maybe dull-minded, but she needs to get me out of this predicament. Patience is a virtue. Yes, it is. And I am faithful. I think I shall go for theology focus. But I'm currently under house arrest. And I need to get out of house arrest. I think for their sake, lowering the travel authority would be good. No titles could be revoked unless it's absolutely necessary. No, we could still revoke titles and could be retracted. It's just you're not going to have independent Charros may settle, become feudal or clan. Let's lower it just to please the vassals a little bit. Be the man of the people. But now, I'll see too if I can escape from prison. so I could get to my duties. The same walls, the same routine, the same grove of food. Every day is just like the last. The prison's eating me away. I'll stand, but no longer. No bars will hold me. It depends on my prowess, traits, and whether if I'm in a dungeon. I'm not in a dungeon. No bars will hold me. A moment's distraction was all I needed to slip the keyring from the guard's belt, and behind my back, when darkness falls, I make my slaughter cell wincing at the screech. As it disappeared in the night, when I'm far away from it all, I tilt my head back and laugh. I'm free! So, what happened is, it's like they come to announce that says, I'm sorry, your mother is dead. You are the new Uni now, prisoner. And then I was like, we'll see about that. So yeah, despite like it's occupied, and I decided to hightail it, get out of here. We'll be there in 3 months, alone, out in the savannah and into the jungle. This is gonna be perilous. Because they were kind enough to give me the things, including this trinket here. Ah yes, I have this as well. I don't need this milk tooth anymore. And that thing as well. I see no reason to have that. So yeah, gonna be out alone while the war continues up there, as it's reached its end, matter of fact, because I was able to get out of prison. All packed and proper. So just got out of prison, I still had to go pack whatever I could find out there. We could start our journey back to Ife, to our next destination in Ife. Depart from the holding, our mouths start treading new ground, so it is certain that we will return soon and in one piece. By we, I mean me. War is over. On our way back. Please wait. And as I walk back, what is a joy to be the son of the exemplary servant of Odumare. The door I feel in my heart when I hear everybody refer to her as the paragon of virtue, High Shaman Sigun. Virtue is revered by shamans and pious Aborisha alike. I wonder, will I humbly stay in my mother's shadow, or will I achieve and surpass such piety in my own life? Will the good grace of Odumare be as visible in me as in her? One day, I'll be like you, mother. Of course, you got no choice but to accept it, otherwise you're gonna get stressed. As we traverse the escarpment, trudging through the scrub, we encountered a modest wayward shrine, neatly carved, sports an ori at its head, and below the weathered words, here lies Saint Lahia of Bogu, blessed daughter of Niki. Saint Lahia of Bogu? Seems the local spiritual figure is being patronized in these parts. Not one sex by the orders of this. Cast down this orthodoxy. Journey through Bogu, I passed by particular looking tent split over its yet more particular looking occupant inside. Taberna Mariuni, I could tell you many miles to go. I could offer you a reading for your travels for a modest price. Strange man has piqued the interest of my entourage, which is me. I'm the entourage. Am I willing to pay for a reading? Now listen here, wise man. I don't want to be out here alone anymore, so come experience the future with me. And you know, I'm something of a wise man myself, and so this will gain me a bit of the wise man trait. Our road takes us to treacherous parts of Bogu. While I scan for any dangers ahead, a rusty bush grabs my attention. Could be a wild animal. There's a brace of impact. Laugh here. Jumps out of the bush instead, holding a plant You scare me, Lafayette. Anyway, see what you have here. Some kind of fruit. Yes, it smells so delicious. What do it taste like? Maybe just take a little bite. Wait a minute. Saint Lafayette. You're Saint Lafayette? I mean, you are a wise man. You are a witch. And yet you are known in Nikki. Are you sure you are Saint Lafayette? The wisest of us all? Oh, the Irish rap, babe? But I'll say, hold on. What if it's poisonous? A rash appears where the plant touched. Ah, crud. It gives a bit of tiny health penalty. You beat the saint himself. Alright. War's over. Expand the armies. Because we got some issues to take care of. Because the Dissolution faction. We gotta take it down. I can give you this artifact, because I have no use for it. Because why on earth would they want to destroy the newly formed empire? Illegitimate, they say. Well, I am considered rightful. And you are pretty close to reaching true, which will lower the effects of such things. If I can make it home, that is. Entering the dangerous forests. That's where a lion once killed a man. Truly a stroll through Ogbomoso is a gift from Obatala. The tranquility of this place is suddenly abruptly broken by furious grunts and a clamor. Ah, get me out of this middle prison. My Spartag have had some matter. Even going as far as to call me heartless has abandoned me. Whatever this strange man did could not have been enough to justify being stuck forever in his arm. I could, of course, have someone help him, but is it truly worth it? Oh, bold fool, huh? Well, consider the armor gone for the price. You're the only one who's in charge of the food supplies. I don't know why I put you as responsible. Seems to reveal a precision or not all but useless. Have it poorly stored. Patches of mold covered the bread and fresh produce. You quickly use up the remaining dried food. The party grows hungry as dusk begins to fall. Well, I say nature will provide for us. Well, he says, because he is the wisest of us all. 94% chance to find some forage, 2% to eat the wrong plant, and 2% chance you eat the worst plant and die. Up 2% that I got sick. Made it back home. Ain't it lovely? Now, here's what we're gonna do with but first, now that I'm here, I'm enjoying a rare quiet moment to encounter. When you pulls me aside. My liege, she begins covering. As your bodyguard, I am honored to protect you. But this is ridiculous. She half unsheaves a blade from the scabbard, drawing attention. Can't be expected to do my job with this clumsy bar. Surely, quality is everything when it comes to protecting New England's life. Well, I say my best women need quality arms. She's got her own sword. Now let's hold court and see if I can get them out of their factions. In an unusual case reached my court, 2 women claimed that a baby boy is theirs. None of the villagers can stand as witnesses, saying that as if the child appeared out of thin air. No one knew that the women were expecting or doubting nothing. The mystery captivated all people. One may never know how all this happened. I must resolve this conundrum. What decision should I make for the future of this child? Test the mothers to see who cares about the child's welfare. I remember an incredibly similar event in a book where the true mother was discovered when she just split the baby in 2. My lord steward, also, Nanoma speaks up. I propose a personal survey of all the counties you own. Improved knowledge and map of your land will certainly increase its prosperity. You're one of the faction members. Very well, Nanoma. You may proceed. Spend more gold. Starts working on the survey. It will take several months to be complete. My herald announces the arrival of the neighboring petty ruler, Nana Egbo of Akpoto. He enters my halls of dignity and bows deeply. Your Grace, I come to humbly pledge my realm to you. If you would accept my terms, I will serve you as a faithful vassal lord of Lower Niger in exchange for your protection. May our two great houses both prosper by this arrangement. Yes, we've been trying to get your vassals, but Mother never had time for it. So I'll say I accept. He's in. Legitimacy is going up. Again, another reason why vassals dislike me is because of opinion predecessor. That's understandable. It does not say much about legitimacy issues, other than short reign penalty, perhaps. Pay them. Get these two out of there at least. Okay, one backed out. How about you? 1 second. I can't help but listen to the excited voices coming from a small crowd of servants in the hall. Everyone is talking about Unitimidaris darting Dagaba spear. Apparently whoever wields it can't lose any duel. Well, that's a load of bull. I've also heard that it only chooses the worthiest to own it. I spoke of a traveling merchant the other day. The fame of this invincible weapon has reached even his homeland. Excellent. So now it's only gained a bit of prestige. Because of having defeated at least 5 enemies in a duel, this weapon has proved itself reliable and lucky. So this weapon means something as it gains dueling weapon, because it has felled several foes in duels. Well, it's got a few more thrusts to go, because we might have a major issue. Focused on the piety for once, but more people are joining the faction. You traitor. What gives? We brought you as a vassal below legitimacy expectations. Winning this issue here would be the way to prove it. But don't worry, Songhae is with you. I have no children of my own, unfortunately. But perhaps we can negotiate an alliance. We're not close kin. I have no siblings, so that could be an issue. Gift him a painting. Yeah. A painting for you. And dedicate her to rhetoric. A request that this person must. May potentially grant you prestige and legitimacy. Well, you can't tell that to others. Disregard that. Yeah, I'm not using this. guess we have no choice but to get ready. Organize an army. We're in deep, insufficient census. Oh, come on. And this unknown plant rash that I have also hurts the attraction opinion. We are boned. We are in trouble. And it also does hurt because of the domain limit thing. With the penalty and all that. Don't worry, she's with you. Knocked down that revolt just recently. Glad you will remain a loyalist for this matter as well. Okay, we only have one ally, Songhae. That's through marriage. If you come to my aid, I'll love you forever. If we lose this realm, then we've lost everything that we started, and we have to start over from scratch. Could this be the downfall of the young empire, the young High Kingdom? I have no close relatives. Is that correct? It's correct. No close relatives. It's a royal guild, you know? And we got so many back in the Empire, but now we have no choice but to defend against so many unruly vassals, so we gotta rise up now. The steward bows briefly before me and explains the task or so. My lord, you might remember that some months ago you invested a large sum of gold into the administration of your counties. I personally supervised the matter. I can proudly say the job is done. Gold well spent. Every held county that its development has increased. Gained a bit of prestige for that. Development 9. So development is ignored except for the effects supply because the owner of the county has tribal government, so it cannot go up further than that. That's it. Raise the armies. But the question is, who would be the one to lead it? Can't be me. It has to be you. You're 52. Master of the horse is feeling fine. We're forming ahead of time. We're on our own. We are on our own. 1 month. I cannot wait to hold the baby in my arms. Will you support me on this matter? Because this is a crisis like no other. Any time now. To my liege, it's time for you to recognize that you are not able to maintain a unity of Lower Niger. It's time to end your rule of any others. The region needs more freedom. Accept our demands or face our swords at the battlefield. So, we know who the leader of it is. It's you from Igbo. That's another thing about you. You're of a different religion. And you had lowered mine, did you see? And you don't like me because of my rash. And if something bad happens to me, you need to take over. You are far more capable. Though you're a deviant, but still. I will not be threatened. It's only this town that's going to be destroyed if that were to happen. If they become independent, so there's this, all the faction members would become independent. I will not be threatened. 351 levies deserted. Your wicked deeds have gone unpunished for far too long. That changes today, for I've come to deliver holy retribution on you. I cannot lose. But Jineke is with me. We're still gathering armies. But as for me, let's hold a mystical communion. I'll reach for the presence of Odumar in a transfixed ecstasy. Divine guidance. Wise man trait the experience of. And then I shall meditate in here. Because I have to be calm about this situation. We'll get through this. We will weather this storm. In a month's time, we're ready to fight. I've come in with the divine. We lost the effectus to it. The wise man himself, the saint. You get to be my steward for the time being. Hey. Come here, please. A few more days, we're gathering everyone. Alright, because some have left us. This is the biggest internal crisis of our time. And we're going to be badly outnumbered. They have a damn good marshal who's a rough terrain expert and jungle. He knows the way. There's no way we could take them on head on. So far, will you attack them first? Defeat this army first before they can group up together against me. Because we're going to be terribly outnumbered. And it's to hopefully meet up with Songhae. If your combined strength, you may get us out Get out of this one. While I meditate upon it. If you were to fall in battle, likely not. As my round face warfare, I'm drawn more and more to the plan and the whole operation. I can overrule any other opinion of mine, so it stakes my status at the cost of prestige among us. In the third day, it would be better for my knowledge of military matters to do and test things my way. My behavior is also a double-edged sword. Despite what your people may think, we're doing things my way. Enemy army. Oh, day 2 is up there. They're trying to get together up here. Which unfortunately they will. And it's home field advantage for them. We'll win decisively. We won't be able to catch them. I fear they're gonna get around and then we're gonna have to defend Ile-Efe. I have a son and a Sinfunmi would be the name. Certain kinds of edible berries from Ominji have gained a positive reputation around the parts of the region for their supposed medicinal properties. They're being shipped out in greater numbers in neighboring areas as a result, bolstering the local economy. Very good. For the next 15 years, for as long as any county or domain that has the very good medicine counter modifier, you have the access to decision to buy valuable medicinal berries. Well, that's nice. When this dust is settled, we shall have that. Glad it took time to do this. If they capture me in the capital, war's over. We lose the High Kingdom. We're incapable of catching them because of our big body of troops that's moving. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. We've gotta go back. That means they're definitely gonna be with them. Because with their combined strength, we can never defeat them. Just follow us, alright? Don't know how we're gonna overcome those odds with just us together. A traveler's regaling me with stories. One that piques my interest. He's heard from someone who met a traveler who once traveled south along the seas and reached a small but beautiful island. A paradise where there's always fruit to be found in trees and inhabitants live peaceful lives free of illness and violence. Perhaps one day I shall visit these blessed isles. Blessed isles. We gotta wait for you. Because we have to fight in the jungle. That's our turf. See, if you fight them directly, that's death. We have more men-at-arms counter, yes, but they damn good commander along this side of EPE Combability II. He's an experienced rider. Though a tad bit superstitious, but he knows what he's doing. Oh, he's not that well liked. So, try this. Possibility of assassination. How much? 14? Okay. Stop right there. Here's your dynasty legacy. Legacy of syncretism. This decreases domain taxes of different faith. Faith conversion and faith creation reformation cost is reduced. The decision to network with Trans-Saharan merchants can be taken more than once, and increased chances of getting Trans-Saharan merchant trade when using the Trans-Saharan merchants travel option. Do not move. That's forest. We won't do well in forests. For jungles. And this man. That man. Well, he doesn't have any advantage in forests. So that could be good, but well, their enemies on the way. They're gonna get through there. I think it's gonna have to be a make or break moment because there's just absolutely no way we could defeat them all. Well, they're all away like that. We're gonna have to take a suicide option in the sense of come on, over here. Damn it! They must have damn good protection. We'll probably lose. Keyword probably. They have a better commander. Swear upon the colonists between us, you got it. Whoa. This may look like it has the initial advantage, but that they discard one of the agents. Curse them in the Spy Master. No advantage, it's even. That depends on individual skill and their knights. But they're killing us out here. We have the advantage, but I don't think it matters. No, we're making a comeback now. Hang on. We got him. Massive advantage. That was a gamble. But it wasn't one of our commanders. That was Helma here. This man here. Though reckless he was, he's rather intelligent. Where were you when we needed you the most? Get over here. 4 months. God dog it. At least you had the light footman. You see, this is what we need. We just need new people. Get over here quickly. We'll be there in 7 days. No. Get there 41. Follow us. The army of Nikki and Samfara. Their commanders aren't as good, but do not underestimate them. They have the numbers now. We just need new people over here. My lord, approach 7. Approaches Maywards. The local merchant has a copy of the compendious book on the calculation by completion and the balancing, refused to sell it to me. If you make up seed errors, raise how it be in your depth. This sounds like a you problem. Sorry, can't afford it during this critical time. Welcome. Wish we had more fightermen, but during that battle previously, who did we lose? Our knights were wounded, but our knights were able to kill a few of them. Yeah. The prowess that they had at that time. So yeah, we killed a few of them, but one of ours was killed. Killed one of theirs, and another one of ours was killed. That is from Udo. She's kids, woman. Bastard child. Great grandfather. We can definitely take them on. Let's move up. Follow us. They're on a run. Don't let them get away. We won't let them get away. Now let our commander do the job. And this time we have aggressive attacker, which will definitely put a hurt on him. Alright, horsemen here. Counter against theirs, but they got pikemen. We have the advantage. That definitely puts a hurt on them. Capture one of their landed people. As long as we hold the capital away from the enemy, we should be alright. Retaking these areas would take some time, but I think we're better off just keeping them away from us. Boy, would they capture this, man? We could definitely pay the ransom. So just stay in friendly territory. Don't go into occupied zones until we defeat them in battle one more time. Who's the one person? Okay, come over here. join us. Inherited your sword. You know, that belonged to the bodyguard I once had. I don't see much use of that anymore. That would be useful, but no. To an advantage would do. Oh yeah, he's the one that rebelled. Let him go. Let him move and we'll try to defeat them in battle. Again. They're gonna continue to go on offensive to Overhaul. Years have passed since my great mother, Hashan Segun, died from internal injuries. Hope she is serving Odumare in Odo now. Yet her spirit of a faith is still present among the living, both as an inspiration and a challenge. I'm still regarded as a son by the pious on Bodhisha. Just yesterday, an old shaman was praising her as Karo. I wonder if Odumare feels the same about me. I feel the burning need to prove to myself I'm a man of faith of my own. To step out of my mother's shadow. Odumare will see me as my own self. Get in here. I see you have 0 prowess because you've lost your leg and you're getting old. And you're possessed, so you're a hindrance to us. See too if we can engage them. Cut them off. Yeah, chip them off one by one. Instead of defeating all their combined strength. Okay, they can get away, but we'll take them on. We can easily pick them off. They crossed the river and fighting here in the jungles of Benin. Remember, I'm not the commander. Can't be doing this sort of thing. I don't have the martial skill for that. Not like my mother and my aunt. Heading to Ijibu. Move out. And they say we might lose. Camp fever spreads. Oh, it's way up there. Try not to worry too much. Child. You. Since I have a son, we need to have an alliance of another realm. It's hostage. Son of daughter. You're not betrothed, but although you're gout-ridden, I'm sorry. Look, I'm aware of the age differences. Currently at war. You're not at war? And you swore upon the cola nuts, yes. Well, how about betrothal, an alliance between us? They say yes to an alliance. Hmm. You might be my only hope for additional reinforcements during a time like this. Especially that we hit them from behind. Now, would you like to have a call to war? Right? Just stop right there. Especially with them coming up. They're on the move. I think what they've notified. I mean, those are good numbers, yes. They can definitely get us out of this situation. Also, they're on the run. Can't let them regroup. If they get together out there, then that's problematic. Stop them. Yeah, we could definitely stop them over there. Oh, hell. They're committed, but they're not. They decided to go bother someone else. That'll keep them busy. I don't know why they had the troops raised over there, but that's good. We're keeping them busy. And the ships are on their way, and they're going to help us out. They got 1,000 levies, 6 knights, which their fighters are not good, but a lot more bush hunters. I think we will save this High Kingdom. Let's go. Fight in the forests of Taberna. It's too late for them to save them. We have the advantage. We got one of the enemy vassals. Although it does not add to the war score if you capture one of theirs. But you'll most certainly get to pay the ransom. Let's see where you're going. At least they don't have organizer. Kind of gets me to thinking. Since when do they have that? Wait for their movement to be locked. Movement locked, we'll engage them out here, though we'll probably lose. But where are you guys going? Over here. They're gonna be here on 13 days. The battle begins in 13 days. I don't know if that's a good idea, but friendly reinforcements are en route. They're waiting for us. You guys arrived first. You have aggressive attacker, jungle stalker, and that's good to have. But the massive advantage is towards them. Oh no, 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 no. Even with the greater numbers, we still managed to beat them. Yeah. Hell's the matter with you? Oh. Glad you came in just in time. Enemy retreats. But we gotta stay here and reinforce. especially where some of ours have gotten killed, and we need fresh levies to come in as well. So we're gonna sit in Ilefe for now. Alright, we got fresh 2 knights and some fresh levies for you. And these 2 knights here, again, we're running out of good men and women that are willing to fight for us. But we're doing what we can, okay? Get in here. And you know, some of our men probably died from their wounds. That's another reason why we keep getting new ones. All the men that were wounded, some of them probably died of wounds. Only the experienced men and women are still around. There should be more than enough. $16 So, should we go in after him? Yeah, they're getting away. Turn around. I think they're heading this way. The enemy has left the war. Zamfara has left the war. So they're no longer hostile now. Which is, again, this is due to died from internal injuries during the war. And he was a kinslayer. Good. Probably gonna go besiege warriors. They are currently doing that now. It's wetlands. Bad over Quebec. Camp fever has devastated people of Quebec. My Courtiers informs me that local trade and produce is completely dried up as the people all in their homes and the streets are waiting. Yes, she was called. She blames the plague on the bad air surrounding the dead and dying. She proposes a countering of a vast field of nurses would do much to dispel the bad air and slow the spread of disease. You know, Quebec, that's up there. That hurts legitimacy, so it's worth a try. One ubiran. No, his marshal's been the same. Just follow us and we'll be alright. Three months. 5 months. The cheat Debutantes believe in the Odinal. They do not pray to Olumare. To court chaplain, the condenses heresy, but the people ask for understanding. How they worship is none of my business. This will be popular with other people. Lots of peasant migrations, people moving around. What? The hell? Unrelated matter. Scaring them away. They wanted to go fight in a place that's more suitable for them. We'll probably win. We'll win decisively. Finally, the plague has left the realm. You got it. They got away, the main army. Instead, we're taking on a smaller one. So they have the advantage, but we have the numbers. Our knights are getting wounded. And we captured 2 of those. I'll take it to them. So let the war score tick up. It's the only way that we can ensure that this would be the great time. Yes, my second son, yes. He can open in. I can do mid there. We'll defeat them here. Army of Nikki. While the main bad ones are up there. He was one of the good ones. If you want to stick with us, just do as we say. Even though the scheme's already been exposed. I don't know why we're still doing it at this point. Come on, this way. Get that. Just advance further. Just a bit. At least they're getting further away. But it's like they're gonna try to besiege one of the friendly areas. Come on in. We got him. Head up to the arid hills. My sadness for me. Sometimes he lies, tests boundaries, however, they avoid suspicion of his sweet demeanor. And people always forget him when he does get caught. I wonder how much he gets away. I will keep an eye on this one. He's rather charming. Now you're regretting? We'll cross the river. We have our numbers. We'll defeat them out here. Last time. Supposed forces of Adjuk. In the past few months, the town of Immersion suffered from quite a scare. The townspeople heard strange, inhuman sounds at night and feared Adrugun was up to something. Prayers were offered, nightly patrols were increased, and so on. However, by chance, it was eventually discovered that the source of all the ruckus were several crafty youths with nothing better to do, prank the town at everyone else's expense. The boys are under arrest and their fate is now in my hands. No harm done. Let them go. For months, A band of reckless bored youths played a prank on their town, pretended to be voices and sounds of demonic forces. Thankfully they've been caught, but rumors is it does not reflect well on the inhabitants of the area. For the next 8 years, 15, 18, okay, they have the advantage, but we still have the numbers. We can catch them. Come on. Woman in white. I have a guard who once visited a distant village by a forest, said to be the gateway to the world beyond. While there, he went into the forest despite the locals' warning. In the forest, he encountered a pale maiden wearing a white dress. Though she was charming and bashful, there was something off about her. The tone of her voice was odd. Her dress fluttered the wind in a strange way. Frightened out of his wits, he fled immediately, knowing she must have been an evil spirit of some sort. According to locals from that area, now there are such sightings common in the forest, but many have also mysteriously died or disappeared there. What a coward. She could have been a spirit. For context, the lady or woman in white is a type of spirit who appears in various folklores and mythologies around the world since ancient times. Oftentimes she is a ghost of who died in tragic circumstances, perhaps in childbirth, or after her lover died, and so on. Sometimes she is a vengeful spirit who lures and attacks innocents. Other times she punishes the wicked, like adulterers. Just to increase that diplomacy slightly, as I'm, a bit dull-minded. Yes, you have the advantage, but no matter. Even though they did occupy parts of our domain, but I think we'll manage. It's amazing that we not suffered a single defeat in battle. Despite the fact that you're one of the rebelling vassals, you still wish to be crowned by the Uni, and as I'm a humble man, I will give you that benefit. Yeah, just run off. Return. Alright, we will imprison all the rebellious vassals and gain a title revocation reason against each of them. I will gain some dread, some prestige, some legitimacy, which will increase my legitimacy level to true, which is good to have. And you're all going to prison. From December of 18th of 942 and lasts all the way to the beginning of January of 947. That was a long war. Now, you wish to become vassals of mine. As you know, I've proven my legitimacy here. Barely. How about you? You want to join after we've proved to ourselves? And I'm sure you want to join too. Recently waged war. Yeah, it's alright. I didn't wage no wars. It was just something that had to be done. And then there gone. So we have saved our realm. Do we have time? Let me see. Yes. Base cost decrease because Empire. Let's see now. Anybody that wishes to come to the funeral? It'll be a dignified ceremonial rather than extravagant because we can't afford it after such chaotic period of warfare. But give me a moment. Some of you are going to be punished. You know, starting with your heirs. Raise money for funerals. Again, you're responsible for all this. I can retract vassalage from you. No criminal revolted against it. That's fair. Because you deserve this. Just to shuffle around. And yes, there's low control because there was conflict here recently. You rebelled. Here, pay up. Again, raising money for funerals. It's just to compensate each and every one of you. You, however, you could be reasoned with. You will want this, but this is a damn good chance that I have. I can't do that. But the money is good. But please wait. Then you're good to go. Yes, I would love for it to be an extravagant funeral, because my mother was the founder of this. Bring anybody that cares that comes over. So we will end this episode with the funeral, as EDF is to be Sigurd's final resting place. Left alone to gather my thoughts, prepare to arrive of honored mourners. I'll never forget her. It'll be 6 months till it begins. The light of Odomire guides me in my holy quest, as it once guided my mother, the great High Shaman Sigurd. The life of Odomire's pious servant is not an easy one, yet I feel compelled to become even greater than my mother. Should the good Odomire always relentlessly pursue the recognition of both his peers, and Odomire is a mother's example, a beacon to follow, or a goal to achieve and surpass. There's still much for me to achieve. I'll become a paragon of virtue in no time. And I'm just only 27. Still got a future ahead of me. What happened? Aggravated wound, delicate. If you die on me, then my son. Okay, she's all better. She's traveling to the funeral. She's coming. That's good. Because we know how much it means to her. You may be arrogant, but at least you have your good side. Why on earth are we even doing this? we know it's going to be discovered and it'll fail. End that scheme and I've become a bit more dreadful, but I would not worry too much. Less than 3 months now. A few of the guests are going to be filing in. As I said, we'll end the episode with a funeral after this chaotic period in this young High Kingdom's history. Engage in offering innovations. Smoothly polished sticks you tell the joke about? My wife is an arms with child. I should be overjoyed. However, she's been acting strange. I cannot shake the feeling that something is wrong. Might it really the father she claims to be betrayal union? I will look into this discreetly, but as you know, she's had a history. You should sit down, my dear. There's a real concern in her eyes. How long drawn aside, she finally admits, Koiduru is the true child. Is the true father of my child. Oh, we knew that man. Once, I think. I remember seeing his name somewhere. So, you think honesty is the best policy here? I mean, after all, she's nice and she admits it. Don't arrogant and greedy. And you know it is considered criminal, but she rules her realm. Everyone will know your infidelity, so the unborn child will be known to have conceived outside of wedlock. Sorry about this. And plus, as per, you know, law over there, I guess they do imprison adulterers over there. How could she share a bed with another? How could she betray me like this? Although, she kind of knew in the past. It's just had doubts. It's like, you still had feelings for him after all this time? So I will say this, but remember, she's compassionate. I say, my love, I beg you, let this folly in. More likely to agree if she cares for me or pities me. So it's a little half and half. Because her personality, she's a gracious ravener. She's very compassionate, but yet very greedy. So she could end the affair and beg forgiveness to me, and lose the unfaithful opinion towards her, and they stop being lovers. If you don't, now that this whole story is on the open, my acquaintance and the womanizer are about to face the consequences of action. I'm tired of this farce. So now the shame of faces on the stigma. I could see myself did nothing wrong, but now it's all out in the open. Shakes her head aside. Now I can finally see the error of my ways. Forgive me, Timidary. Let us try again. Well, he's in prison, so it will take time, but we will rebuild. So they stop being lovers and shall be loyal to me. Well, I can hope so. I sure hope so. During a time like this. The mourners move through the hall, weeping and some kind of dance. For all high shamans of Lower Niger, the room is dense with the walls of mourners and a cacophony of misery. I sit in the midst of it all, ears ringing in my soul aching. I rise to my feet and allow myself to get lost in the dance of my fellow mourners. I want to know how it feels. It's all because of the obedience of faith, or those who have the bewailing burial faith, or whatever the pagan faith. I guess that's what that's for. I feel a quiet calm wash over me, gazing around the room of mourners. Some eyes are stained red, others would see like this any other cause for a gathering. One soul, however, looks at me with uncertainty as he tugs my side. My son and heir, said for me, does not weep openly, but does not seem unmoved like many a child present. When intimidated of Lower Niger, What happened to Sigrid? Why is everybody sad? She's with Urun now. 99% chance that I comfort him. So he gains comforted rather than go into an existential dread. She is with Urun now. Comfort. In a quiet corner of the temple, I overhear Urache Salaga chatting with a group of mourners, just somberly, just as me over. We all have fond memories of the High Shaman. I was talking about the time I was released by Immersion, so we were a prisoner at one point. So I'll just say, the memories are too painful. She was brave, mother, though not as brave as my aunt, but before me at the feasting table of Stagvalheim and her food and drink, as if the High Shaman was trying to offer a final act of magnanimity before parting. Nana Galavido has so far refused to lay a finger on his banquet, however. Smelling his goblin and idle sauce, his middle distance stare falls rudely upon me. And with a quiet nod, he raises his drink to the High Shamans of Lower Nigeria. Truly one of the greats. Speak a quiet prayer for this. Now it's time to commit the High Shaman to her final rites before her final journey into the hereafter. Their shrouded bodies held suspended above an open grave, surrounded by close friends and family. Stared at her head is me. I, privileged piece of mourning offered only to a magnanimous host. The seer surrounded by so many mourners, given a proper Orisha burial, gives me hope that perhaps I too will be remembered this fondly as Uni. At last her body is lowered to the earth, and the funeral is officially complete with a prayer. Beautiful. 200 piety, 126 legitimacy. It is done. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode. One would think we should consider, creating this holy legend. I mean, you've expanded the realm enough, and with that amount of baronies that could potentially be spread in other areas, and we can afford it, so we should consider about creating a legend, simply for the sake of it. But the question is, who would that be? The custodian of this holy site, as there were many others that came over the years, over the 80 years in this playthrough. So, we'll see what the future holds for the next episode, as the realm has calmed down now. But there are parts of it, particularly these two, that has not yet joined the High Kingdom. And we can only hope that we could bring him up to this. So this would require the improvement of relations, especially one is currently at war, although they'll eventually be part of it. But you're going to be the last holdout. So we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.